So you're thinking about moving to Cary, North Carolina. Well, this is one of the top suburbs in the Triangle area and has been repeatedly voted one of the best places to live in the US. Now, Cary is not perfect, so today we're going to be breaking down both the pros, why you should live there, and the cons, why maybe you should consider moving elsewhere in the Triangle. I want to start with the ugly truth about Cary, North Carolina, and not everyone is going to agree with this, but here are the main reasons why you shouldn't live in Cary. Number one, this is gonna be the biggest con of all for most people, and that is the cost of living. The median price point right now is around $600,000 for a house. That's $130,000 more than the median for Raleigh. If you were looking for a townhome, you're gonna be spending about $450,000 median price there as well. Now, depending on where you're moving from, these prices may seem low or they might seem really, really high. So I come from Dallas and these prices are very high compared to there, but if you live in California or New York, these prices might not seem that bad at all. And if that's the bucket that you're in, then you might just find that paying a premium to live in Cary versus other parts of Raleigh or other parts of North Carolina might just be the right move for you and your family. Now, if you start looking for a house, the next con that you're gonna run into is that not only is it expensive to live in Cary, but it's a very competitive market. Even now, 4 or 5 years post-COVID, we're still seeing some pretty crazy stuff going on in Cary and the surrounding areas because of how desirable they are. We are getting a lot of people from California moving into the area with more money than they know what to do with, and they're willing to overpay on houses just to be in this part of our market. I have lost deals with clients in Cary spending $40K over asking with really strong due diligence, and that's because they had 5 other offers and it was gone in the first weekend. So you don't have as many housing options, you have to act very quickly, and yes, you're going to be paying a premium, usually above the asking price right now in our market. If you're looking for new construction in Cary, then you're gonna be a little disappointed. A lot of the homes being built in the 90s, in the 2000s, and so it leaves people who are looking for new construction homes that need less maintenance and have new roofs and all that kind of stuff. You know, the updated layouts with open concept floor plans, they have to go elsewhere. So if you wanna be near and around Cary, then you head down into Apex, and even Apex is starting to get a little built out, and so people head into Holly Springs. On the Raleigh side, the same thing is happening, so they're heading into Durham, they're heading into Northeast Raleigh, up into Wake Forest. Now, the good news is that a lot of the homes in Cary, despite being older, are usually in really good condition. It's not uncommon to find a home that was built in the 90s, but it still looks nice, it looks luxurious, it's updated because it's been well taken care of. So if you absolutely need new construction, yes, you're gonna have to head elsewhere, but there's also a lot of really good options despite the age in Cary. Another con that people find moving into Cary, if you're on the younger side, is it has a very limited nightlife. So you should know that Cary is more of a family-focused suburb. It appeals very strongly to families with kiddos. They have excellent schools. We'll get into that later in the video. Raleigh is going to feel more like a city in comparison to Cary. It's gonna have more of a built-out downtown. We actually have 2 downtowns in Raleigh that are both very walkable. There's a lot of bars, rooftop bars, restaurants, dining, shopping. You'll find concerts and hockey games, other sporting events, and you'll even find a university, the North Carolina State University, NCSU, right near downtown. Another reason that people don't like Cary, and this one's controversial, and it's that it's had rapid growth. So the good news is, if you own a house in Cary, your home's gone up in value a ton. The good news is they're investing in your city. However, the bad news is that it's getting cramped. Like I said, there's no new homes to build. Things are getting tighter. There's not any land to build new developments, so their only option is to tear down older developments, which they're currently doing in several parts of Cary right now. And as it gets more populated, it gets increasingly urban. And that's exactly why some people are heading down into Apex and to other parts of the Triangle. Now, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of good things to say about Cary, so we're gonna put aside the cons for now and talk about why you might consider living in Cary, and that starts with the high quality of life that Cary offers. So Cary offers excellent schools, and that's probably why you're researching Cary in the first place. If you have kids, if you plan to have kids, Cary has great schools, both public and private. They're highly rated, highly funded. Parents rave about the schools in Cary. And like I said, Cary is very family focused, and that's one of the main reasons why. So everywhere you go, you're gonna find nice parks, you're gonna find, cute little libraries and trails, you're gonna find outdoor activities. And if you're looking for a daycare, then some of the top rated daycares are in the area as well, many of which are on a very long wait list, and I've heard of people being on 3 or 4 backup wait lists just because of how competitive it is to find a good daycare in Cary. Another reason people love living in Cary is because even though the cost of living is higher, I should also mention that income is significantly higher in Cary as well. According to the last census, the median household income in Cary was $125,000. In Raleigh, that number was $75,000. So a very significant increase of income if you're living and working out of Cary. Now, in addition to higher income and great schools, Cary has also been consistently called a safe place to live by numerous sources, including the people who live in Cary. It is historically known to be a nice, family-friendly environment, and that's one of the big appeals to people moving into the area. However, safety always comes down to the individual's idea of what safety is, and you'll never really be for sure about Cary or anywhere else until you make a trip and check it out in person. If you're seriously thinking about moving to the area, you're planning a trip here, then definitely call the number below or click the link in the description. Set up a time to chat with me and my team, tell us about your plans, and we're happy to answer any questions that you have. Moving forward, this is definitely in the top 2 reasons why Cary is such a great place to live, and that's because it is so close to the jobs. We touched on this earlier, but RTP, Research Triangle Park, we're called the Triangle because of this research park. It's the largest in the nation. It's where most of our jobs are. Unlike other cities where maybe the downtown is their center hub for jobs, ours is sandwiched in between Raleigh and Durham at Research Park. And Cary is one of the closest places you can live to RTP. So your commute is going to be short. You're also minutes away from the airport. And so it's that proximity that drives so many people to live in Cary in addition to good schools. In general, you'll find that the communities in Cary are very tight-knit, they're very friendly, people get outside, they meet their neighbors. In a lot of ways, Cary is like its own city, it's its own unique community, and they're very good at making people feel welcomed. Another thing that locals in Cary really like is that a lot of the shopping and dining is a little more upscale. So not only are there a lot of options sprinkled throughout Cary. Again, Cary is pretty built out. It's a large suburb, so it's going to have a lot of the amenities that a normal city would. You're gonna find a lot of Trader Joe's, some Publix's, some Whole Foods, some of those premium stores that you won't see as much of in Raleigh. And within the individual communities in Cary, you'll find that many of them offer nice HOA amenities like your pools and your tennis courts and your clubhouses. Those things tend to be more popular and prominent in Cary than they are in other parts of Raleigh, and especially those outer suburbs of Raleigh. You'll see more master plan communities like Lockmere, for example, that have their own private lake and they have a golf course and all these other really nice stuff that you can't find anywhere else. And everywhere you go, you're going to find that nature is very abundant in Cary. So they have trails, they have parks, they have lakes, they have greenways and recreational activities sprinkled throughout Cary. They just completely redid Cary Park. And all of this goes back to reinforce the idea that Cary is a nice, family-friendly place to live that's close to the jobs, that has high incomes, and that's why people keep coming back to Cary. So now that you have the facts, you have to ask yourself, is Cary a place that I can see myself living? When you are ready to make a smooth move to the Triangle, whether that be Cary or somewhere else in Raleigh, then I'm your guy. Make sure that you call the number below or click the link in the description, and I'll be ready to help you out. In the meantime, watch one of these videos next.